Attack on Titan Season 4 Episode 6, Titan Eren vs the WarHammer Titan. So what's up guys, Foxen here. Did Eren already beat the WarHammer Titan? And finally I could record. They dug a hole outside and worked non-stop all day. So let's get into it. Titan smash that like, just like Eren did on the WarHammer Titan's face. And fun surprise, you could actually now find me on TikTok. Follow me with the link below. You're gonna be finding fun bonus content over there. Probably won't be dancing to WAP, but who knows. With enough booze, anything is possible. Today's Attack on Titan episode titled The WarHammer Titan. So they did bring back the Tybur flashback and even added to it. Gotta make you feel even more. Let's show them Willy saying goodbye to his family, which means the rest of the Tybur family stayed behind, confirming even more that these guys are still around. Wait, hold up. Are all of these Willy's kids? Well, at least you're true to your name. As for the giant guard and the maid-looking sister here, really curious as to her deal. She always did act more like a servant than an actual family member. Then, for the actual flashback with Willy and the commander, turns out they were expecting some surprise attack. Oh, let's group the military leaders together. Would be a real shame if this info got leaked. Willy, you sly bastard. Pretty interesting thing to notice here. Supposedly Willy claimed that his family was trying to improve their reputation for Eldians worldwide. I would wager his little performance on stage would have been a final major part to that. In other words, they were trying to shift the Eldian hate globally to the devils on the island, really throwing them under the bus. You guys will die so we could live. Next key thing, Willy brought up the various enemies for Marley. Since Marley has really been playing colonizer, this really shouldn't come off as a surprise. For example, Paradise Island may look a lot more appealing for some now. Really going with the thought of the enemy of your enemy is your friend, potentially. During this conversation, I was wondering how much of this was an act from Willy, especially looking at his sweaty ass. I got the feeling that he didn't want to get pushed to this point, but now that Willy was in charge of steering the ship, he really couldn't come up with an alternative. Time to sacrifice the leaders and Eldians to smoke out Eren, and then hopefully rebuild Marley. Ultimately, you had Willy using himself as bait to bring the world together with Eren's attack on Marley. For Manga in all of this, you do have to somewhat commend the guy, thinking long and hard about this plan. Turns out the guy did have issues for Eldians being sacrificed, despite him previously leading them into war. The guy even went as far as referring to them as devils for taking this action. Anyway, back to the battlefield. Titan Eren munching on the Tybur snack. What a delicious WarHammer Titan holder. I bet you Willy might have accidentally leaked him having that honor, which was Eren's goal, to eat the WarHammer Titan. So take a look at the devil they preached about a moment ago. You might as well have summoned him yourself. Oh, and did Eren just do a belly flop into the crowd? Did notice, Eren searched for and smashed into the stand where the military leaders were located. The core of Marley's military got pancaked. I like the detail this guy that he knew he was screwed. No point in even running. Guess I'll just die. Talking about being pancaked, Zofia is a very berry mess. Don't worry Udo, she'll sleep it off. Damn, look at this chick sprinting with heels. Watch out for the stampede. Next casualty up, Udo, just getting the Lion King treatment. For the anime, I do like how you could get more of a sense of what's going on in the scene. You can now tell that Colt and Gabby actually took shelter from the herd behind the rock that smashed Zofia. Last episode it was Falco, now it's Gabby. There's enough trauma to go around. Getting back to the stage, the giant Tybur guard KO'd. Really misdirect after misdirect. Did you guess it right? It's not the maid, but the Tybur sister that's the WarHammer Titan. At the very least, you do have the hand-drawn WarHammer Titan being summoned by the Titan Master, forming from the legs up. Go Eren, go! Gotta love Eren going in for the sucker punch, combined with slamming into that building. Looks like the same move he pulled on the female Titan back in the season 1 finale. Did someone say Titan Crystal? Oh yes, the Titan Knuckles are back. Come on, stop it Eren, she's already dead. For the Marley guys, you guys are a complete mess. Although look, the commander is as cool as ice. Don't worry guys, I got the first shot in. That might as well be a fly against the attack Titan. But no, I like the guy, a positive thinker. Eren is in Marley? No problem at all. Saves us a whole invasion trip. Go ahead and complain all you want about Mappa and the CG this season. Mappa at least has not been censoring blood or gore, unlike season 3 did. So drill baby drill, to the moon. But really, please don't go to space. And you guys are a little bit late on that Christmas Titan tree. As for the drunk dude and his wife, aw, they went splatter too. So my prediction about them dying here came true. Look at Eren up high. So lucky to get a great view of Marley. Then for Colt and Gabby. Dude, you're wasting your time. Besides, this coconut is cracked like an egg. Meanwhile, for the Titan warriors in the hole, Peak is a really smart cookie. The Titan fan club to the rescue. I actually saw a handful of you catch last week. Why did Peak randomly give the dude some love? It was just some sweet talking for insurance, which is actually pretty awesome. The dude got a piece of Peak and didn't get torn apart by the others. Time to sit up, sweetheart, to the Titan mobile. Oh no, my Titan senses are tingling. Honestly, I was getting chills seeing them swinging and hearing the 3D maneuver gear sound. Getting back to the Titan vs Titan CG brawl. Wanna know how I got this WarHammer Titan title? Super long hammer, although looking more like a mallet. Notice it made that thing pop out super quick. It reminded me of the 5th Espada making his weapons. And then Titan crystal spikes too? Youch. Almost as bad as a Lego. Hey Eren, are you really stuck? Notice how even the almighty Eren has to resort to shielding his neck. As for the Marley guys' commentary here, let's kill the founding Titan. No, the WarHammer Titan should eat it. So what the hell? I did a double take here. I recall the exact opposite statement in the manga. But doesn't matter, the WarHammer Titan says who cares? Let's take out the founding Titan for now. You may see a very obvious issue when it comes to the topic about the WarHammer Titan eating another Titan. I always imagine this Titan being like the female Titan. Want to consume a Titan shifter? Just open your mouth really wide. Then for Eren tanking that hammer, or failing at it. Titan Crystal versus the hammer, victory goes to the WarHammer Titan. Eren, was your Titan stuck to the ground due to the spikes? So this destroyed Titan meatbag looks awfully familiar. Back then, Annie didn't even need a hammer. Gotta love those green gems flashing, no fear there. So, any last words? Eren must have been like, right back at you. But really, Hammer Lady? You're gonna give someone so dangerous a single moment. You're really taunting this Titan bear. Now, Mikasa. Oh yes, the second best Ackerman hits the stage. What an entrance. Is that CG Jean? And even the scouts wasting their thunder spears on these Marley stormtroopers. Eren, please come home. So the wife Mikasa arrives to drag hobo Eren back. You've been bumming it way too long. Notice she still is wearing her red scarf. So will Mikasa go back to being best girl or best wife after this episode? Let's see if Peak loses that spot. Next up, the mid-info card about the WarHammer Titan, Willy Tybur. Freaking finally getting a name for her. We could stop calling her the Tybur sister or the Tybur maid. More important is that nugget dropped about the WarHammer Titan body. That whole white coating is actually Titan crystal. Very, very interesting. Perhaps that's why it's slow. As for Manga, the only Marley leader left, calling in all the military they have. 3,000 soldiers, ships, and trains. Let's hope that the scouts have some backup coming. Oh, you guys have Levi? No worries then. Notice these guys are sealing off the internment zone, which means another caged off Eldian area. You guys might trigger Eren taking away that freedom. But let's actually take a step back. Everything that Willy and Marley wanted has gone according to plan. Eren has now officially proven he's the devil, that global threat that the world should fear, the monster they should team up to destroy. The hatred towards Eldian was already at an all-time high. Imagine now. Eldians at Marley, like Gabby, might as well be angels now. Oh well, might have spoken too soon. Goodbye, Magath. Say hello to your buddy Willy for us. And really, these scouts were scoring kill after kill. Someone call in air support or the chopper. Even Jean is freaking ruthless now. Recall the time he hesitated in season 3. Then for Flock, this dude is starting a barbecue over here. Soldiers are fair game. At the very least, the stallion wanted to keep civilian casualties at a low. Flock really just said screw them all. They don't like us. Notice here how Flock has changed. He previously butted heads against Eren. Now he's kissing the attack titans behind, even calling Eren the devil they need. Recall that Flock previously referred to Erwin as the devil they needed. So move aside, Armin. Getting to the two lovebirds on the battlefield. I'm glad that Eren is getting called out in story. He just totaled that 4-story building. You thought that Willy was first blood? Hundreds just got crushed or fried by Eren going Titan mode then dropping the building on their ass. A grim reminder indeed. Look at Mikasa, she looks so sad, even crying. On the flip side, Eren looks so unimpressed here. Like, yeah, I know what happened. I was there. But hold up, you really have to double tap, both of you guys. Shot in the neck, but still alive. They really were saving the strongest Titan for last. This WarHammer Titan sister lives and does not look too happy. So getting into more WarHammer Titan abilities, a bow. Who needs a Beast Titan now? Really massive Claymore vibe right there. Next plan of attack? You guys want to take the Founding Titan? No. How about I take your Titan? The Tyburs are mighty delicious. As for the grim adventures of Gabby and Colt, looks like they're retreating to that hospital that hobo Eren was staying at. What a disaster. And look at Gabby, she's got that crazy look in her eye. She really has all the right to be pissed off. Someone give this girl a rifle. And this sucks for the Gar guys. Even in this dire moment, nice to see the Marley guys caring for this little brat. But too bad, down they go too. You must be cursed, Gabby. Let's welcome Potato Girl Sasha coming in. Coney too, and that armor does make anyone gain extra points. Notice that light they're setting up. Are you guys setting up bombs? Or toys to detonate later? So it looks like the team is back together, the Stallion plus his buddies. It's now showtime. Getting to Mikasa versus the WarHammer Titan. From a bow weapon changing into a sword now too. It looks like this thing does move awfully slow. And the Stallion, really? We gotta survive? Buddy, you're triggering a flag. For a pretty awesome scene. Holy crap, loving Mikasa Spider-Maning on that wall. Then for Hobo Eren, you're now seeing more and more how he's grown up. You got this new calmer Eren analyzing the battle. The WarHammer Titan must have formed feet first for a reason. Would you look at that? This Titan isn't the coreless model. Time to unplug this bitch. Did you catch that headfirst dive? Oh, and would you look at that? The commander survived getting grenaded. Anyway, busting out the Tybur sister. Look at that crystal cocoon. This looks so much like the Sleeping Beauty Annie. I wonder how she's doing. For the scouts over here, notice Blondie here in the background. And Batman Levi on this pillar top. This dude was ready. Oh yes, Levi coming in. And the fans go sploosh. You know, somewhere in the distance, a monkey just crawled back into his hole. Oh yes, I was getting chills, eating up Porco's fear. These devils aren't afraid of titans. It's like they're jumping into titan-infested waters. So really, near perfect ending with Levi chasing down this titan. Notice that Levi is packing. The dude is using the old school 3D maneuver gear. So let me know, how much did you love this episode? Did it top the last one? What did you dislike? Or are you getting used to the constant CG now? Also, what are your thoughts on the WarHammer Titan look, the final Titan? For me, it always gave this creepy executioner vibe. But let me get to one of the main topics, so much CG used. I'll wait for that apology for the one that said I was stupid for suggesting there would be CG in this battle. Oh, I'm sure that dude is typing right now. When I saw this episode live on TV, honestly, good chunks of it looked god-awful. It reminded me of watching this low-quality video game cutscene. But to be fair, that was me watching it on my toaster. Thankfully, the episode did look better when I was watching it on my tiny MacBook. Which makes me wonder, if you do have CG complaints, what is your setup? Are you watching on a TV, a pad, phone, computer, a fridge? Is anyone watching this on a Super HD 4K 8K TV? Does it look awful? Does it look great? I'm getting the sense that CG sticks out more on some devices compared to others. Still, I will mention that some close-ups of Eren's face stood out a lot. Personally, I did find most of the CG either fine or good enough. And I do say that with managed or even lowered expectations. For the WarHammer Titan overall, that was actually a lot better than I expected. She really shined. I do think a good chunk of the reason why it worked for me was due to them not lingering on some CG shots for too long. It just didn't give your brain enough time to process something looking off. Although for some of you, I bet it was more than enough time. I especially did love Mikasa this episode. Her running on the wall was a huge bonus. So, is Mikasa back to best girl status? Or for some of you that will mention it, best boy? Speaking of which, how did you like the character's older looks? And those new black outfits? I'm just waiting for the question on why Levi looks the same. For the current season, I am wondering whether Mappa's gonna give you any god tier animation moments. What studio with Arifumi Imai gave you like 3 scenes per season in season 3. And I did mention keeping lowered or managed expectations, which is exactly what I found myself doing in the early Attack on Titan season 3 part 2 episodes. People always seem to recall the amazing scene that was Levi making Beast Titan steaks, but then ignore or forget everything else. To be fair, that might be what Attack on Titan Season 4 needs right now. One of those god tier animation moments for the fans and haters to cheer for. Let's hope one of those pops up real soon. Which, by the way, I don't care if you hate Attack on Titan now due to the CG usage, but don't stoop so low as to harassing the Mappa staff or animators on Twitter or anywhere online. I'm seeing this more and more, especially today. If you're doing this, stop it. You really are a piece of crap. I mean, if you're hoping you're gonna accomplish anything, you're likely gonna be doing the exact opposite. Watch, I'm gonna laugh and cry if Mappa Studio decides to pass the second part over to JC's staff. Anyway, on a brighter note, my episode 5 manga comparison video is now up. Go see how much Mappa elevated that episode. The next manga comparison video coming Wednesday. And do check me out on TikTok. I don't know about dancing, but I will be putting bonus videos about anime and Japan that I otherwise wouldn't be able to get done. Link below or just find me at Jerry Foxen. And for anyone asking about ReZero, there has been some third-party companies striking channels with ReZero content. Right now, I really can't afford having my channel frozen for weeks, so I'm putting that aside for now. But anyway, let me know, how much did you love this episode? How was the CG brawl, or the old characters coming back? Or just say hi. If you are new, be sure to subscribe. Let's get to 1 million. Go ahead and watch my best anime of 2020. There is a winter anime video coming up, and I'll see you guys later.